Today we are starting with a new chapter which relates to the rules of debit and credit. Before we study the rules of debit and credit, I would like to tell you about the classification of accounts. The accounts can be classified into two categories particularly, that is modern classification, on the basis of which the accounts can be classified into five categories: assets, liabilities, revenue, expense, and capital. And that was taught to you earlier only. And now, when we talk about the classification on traditional basis, we do have this classification, that is, an account can be classified as personal account and impersonal account. The accounts which are related to the name of, now whose name? An account related to the name of person, name of business, name of institution, name of company, name of organization, anybody's name, any account related to the name fall under personal account. So whenever we talk about the name of any person, business, institution, organization, company, or whatever kind of, whenever we prepare an account with a name, that falls under personal account. And this personal account can be further subdivided into three categories, that is natural personal, like you and me; artificial personal, that is the businesses and companies; and representative personal, that is an amount which is representing some amount due towards someone, or some advance money received from someone else. In the natural personal, I have provided you the example, that is Ram Mohan Sohan account. In the artificial personal, I have provided you the example, Hindustan Zinc Limited account, Reliance India Limited account, Tata Limited account, ICICI Bank account, SBI account, BOB account, Zinc Vidyal account, VKV account. Any institution, any organization, any business, any company's name you can take for the artificial personal account. In the representative personal accounts, we can take all the accounts which are representing some sort of due towards someone, or some sort of amount that have been received in advance. So that is known as outstanding expense account or prepaid expense account. So normally expenses fall under nominal. I'll just explain you within few seconds. Normally expenses fall under, you can just see, normally expenses fall under nominal, but wherever any suffix or prefix is added to any of the nominal account, it becomes personal, that is representative personal. So you can see outstanding expense, prepaid expense have fall under personal account. Then impersonal accounts, we do have two categories, that is real accounts can be there and nominal accounts can be there. In the real accounts, what we include, the accounts related to all assets. Whenever we talk about any account related to an asset, that will be categorized to be a real account, but except debtor. Because what do we mean by debtor? Debtor is a person from whom, debtor is a person to whom we have sold goods on credit. What do we mean by debtor? Debtor is a person. If it is a person, then it will fall under personal account. If debtor is a person, what it will do in the real account? If debtor is a person, person will go in the personal account. So all assets except debtor fall under real account. Fine. The examples have been given to you here, that is building, machinery, cash, stock, lot of other examples you can take. All kinds of assets except debtor fall under real account. After that, if we'll talk about the nominal account, in the nominal accounts we have to take the accounts related to expenses, losses, income, and gain. All accounts related to expenses, losses, income, and gain fall under nominal account. Examples have been given to you here, like salary account, rent account, bad debts account, interest received account, commission received account, electricity bill account. All expenses, losses, income, gain fall under nominal account. Now, for the purpose of rules of debit and credit, what we need to do, we have to take the three broad categories, that is the rules will be for the personal account, then for the real account, and for the nominal account. We will be having three categories of rules. For the personal account, the rule is debit the receiver, credit the giver. Because in the personal account, what we include, in the personal account, we include the persons or the institutions or the firms. Debit the receiver, credit the giver. It means the person who is receiving an amount, his account will be debited. Because if Kunal Singhal is receiving an amount, Kunal Singhal's account will be debited, because Kunal Singhal is a name and name fall under personal account. So the person who is receiving anything, it may be the cash, it may be any other asset, the person who is a receiver will be debited. On the other side, the person who is giver will be credited. The person who is a giver will be credited. In the real account, which relates to assets, land, building, plant, machinery, furniture, fixture, cash, etc. So debit what comes in and credit what goes out. Suppose you have purchased a furniture. You have purchased a furniture for cash. Furniture also fall under asset and cash also fall under asset. When you are buying furniture for cash, it means furniture is coming in and cash is going out. I repeat, furniture is coming in and cash is going out, according to which furniture account should be debited and cash account should be credited. That is a real account. Rule for real account: debit what comes in and credit what goes out. And lastly, we left with nominal account. For the nominal account, debit all expenses and losses and credit all income and gain. Wages, salaries, electricity, rent, all these expenses will be debited. Bad debt recovered, it is an income, it should be credited. Interest receipt from bank, it is an income, it should be credited. All expenses and losses are debited, all income and gain are credited. Now, this is a short explanation regarding the classification of accounts as well as the rules of debit and credit. I hope each and every point is clear to everyone. If anybody would like to ask any query, any doubt regarding any part, you may ask. And after that, your homework is you have to just cram these three rules of debit and credit. These rules of debit and credit are known as the golden rules of accounting. All the journal entries are passed based over these accounts, based over these rules actually. So today's homework is you just have to mug up these three rules of debit and credit, and then from tomorrow we'll commence with the next topic, that is passing of journal entries. We will start studying the passing of journal entries, because the process of passing of journal entries, journal, which is known as the backbone of accounting. I repeat, journal is so much important, that is which is considered to be a backbone of accounting, that we will commence from tomorrow. And but before that, that journal is completely based on these rules of debit and credit. So today your homework is you just have to write all these three rules of debit and credit. That is, for personal, debit the receiver, credit the giver. For real, debit what comes in, credit what goes out. And for nominal account, debit all expense and losses and credit all income and gain. And together with these rules of debit and credit, you also need to make in your mind clear that which account fall under which of these broad categories. I've just given you total of 3 categories, personal, real and nominal. आपके माइंड में ये भी क्लियर होना चाहिए that which account will be considered to be a personal account, which will be considered to be a real account, which will be considered to be a nominal account. That should also be very much clear to your mind. Then only you will be able to apply the rules of debit and credit correctly. So that's all from my side for this class. If anybody would like to ask any query, any questions, any doubts, you may ask.